Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and I'm gonna be playing Seablock now. Today we have a special episode. We have an empty block here and the goal is to start using these things. What's the name? Raw crystal splinters. That is the goal for today. How are we gonna be using them though? That's the question. We need to have this process set up. And actually, now that I think about it, we might... I would like to have a separate thing here. So Splinter. We can run this process, I think. We can have this process that produces 16 splinters. Right, like this. 16, 16, 16. Except I don't want to have cut things. I actually want to have a different one. I want to have splinter, but I want to have polished ones. I want this one, and this one. And I want 16 of each, actually. 16 of this, 16 of this, 16 of this. Right, that's exactly what I want. That is the process. Ingredients. Let's see. Right, so we'll be getting raw crystal splinters as an input. And then we will be producing, I guess, crystal slurry. Crystal slurry is produced from crystal powder. Okay, that's good. That's good. And this thing is produced using also crystal powder. That's also good. And we'll need to produce green wheel. Like that. So let's maybe set up production of the wheels. So one thing to keep in mind is that that's not everything that we want. Alright, we will want... okay, let's change this a little bit. I'd like to change this a tiny bit. Let's add more processes here. Let's say we want to have shard. We want to have this, this, and this shard with quantities of like 4 each. No, not like this. What's happening? 4. Yep. 4. And 4. And we also want to have, I guess, polished crystals. This one's right. 1, 2, 3. It's also unlinked, and the quantities are 4 as well. So that is our goal. Right, that's what we are trying to get. We will be getting those from these recipes. Nice, look at this. 16, 4, 4. It's exactly what we are trying to produce here. 16, 4, 4. Great. Now, in order to have all of this running in parallel, we will need to produce how many wheels? So we need to produce 24 wheels. And to do that, we will need some silicon powder. We will also need to produce charcoal. Okay, we'll do it like this. Right, and this thing will be done from this. Oh, wow. Wow, that's a lot of charcoal. I had no idea. Okay, this thing is consuming charcoal. Lots of charcoal. We might actually consider setting up a local charcoal build here. I think that's a good place to start. Charcoal. I hope it's the latest version. Is it? Is it though? Maybe. And I think we had like somewhere a really nice steam. Right, sorry, not steam, carbon production. This is a nice one. This is a pretty nice one, so let's do it. Let's build it here. Right, so essentially, we could have something like this with some... I think we need this one, right? I feel like we need it. Essentially. But let's check how it's done here. Right. Right. We're actually doing it like that. One, like this, like this. Okay, looking good. So we'll need to request some charcoal. This will be... How are we gonna call the station? I would say let's call it crystals. Let's call it crystals, and maybe we'll... I mean, we kind of want to have like these things. How are we calling the other one? How are we calling this thing? This thing is called biters. Let's call this thing crystals. Crystals, and we will add also 3 of this, just so that you know what's that about, because I think it's gonna be pretty hard to forget what kind of crystals we're talking about. Yeah, okay, this is input, and this will be the output of the crystals. Let's name this thing appropriately. Crystals. This one. This is output. Great. Now, we have this process. We want to produce lots and lots and lots of green granules. Do we need charcoal for anything else? By the way, let's see. So this is one process that we have. Another one is this one. We will need to be producing a lot of crystal slurry. Well, it's not... doesn't seem to be that much, to be honest. So just a single... Wait. 96? What? And if you're using... Wait. 144 crystal powder per second? No, no way, no way. What's going on? So here we are consuming some amount of powder. I mean, I think it's this is too much. This is a lot. So we're producing 16 powder. However, we'll actually need to produce this powder from something, from somewhere. And I think the way to do it is basically to process green crystal, well, not green, but like the crystal shard that has the most kind of things in it. Well, that has like the higher volume, not volume, but the higher amount of features present in the warehouse, right? The one that we have the most. That's the one that will be processing here. Still 144. It's like, how many blue belts is that? Let's calculate. 144 divided by 45. It's 3.2. It's 4 belts. Okay, it's not that bad actually. It's not that bad. And what would it take to get it, for example, from polished blue crystal splinters? Let's say from this one. It's 1-to-1. It is 1-to-1. And all these processes, I'm assuming, require... Let's try it differently. If you do it from this one. Like this. Oh, look at this. Here they require less. Like approximately 4 times less. So essentially, all 4 of these lines are able to give us the same amount of extra raw crystal powder, I think. Right? Because this one takes, well, this one takes 4 times less red crystals than the other thing. Okay, interesting. That is definitely interesting. And we'll need to build this stuff, the million drums. Okay, recharging them is actually another hard. Recharging them is definitely not hard. So if we were to process 16 of this using this process, let's see. We need this stuff. We need crystal powder. We know that we need it. Getting 16 crystal powder, we can get it from this 16. So we can have like 1, 2, 3 belts. Let's try playing on this. Let's try planning this out. So let's say we have our house. Where could it be? Warehouse. Yeah. And we'll have another warehouse there. And what we'll want to do, we will want, or maybe like, yeah, let's say, I don't even know where to place it. Let's say here. So we will want to basically build 3 lines along the way, right? We'll want to build 3 of these lines. Well, it's not even lines. It's a very minor kind of thing that we'll have to build here. It's basically just, oh, look at this. It's like super simple. Just the 2 of them, like that. With, oh no. This is only for recharging of the drums. Okay, my bad. We need 5 of this, but I actually want to use a beta process. Okay, 2.2. Good. So we'll have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much. We can use stack inserters to take stuff from there, and we'll be placing stuff inside. Okay, good. That is pretty good actually. And what we can have a process that recharges the drums. So we could have, if you're making a drum, are you producing it in recharge state or not? Million drum. Yes, we are producing it in like a good state. So let's say we'll have a requester that will be asking for those. Okay, let's see. Let's just think about it a bit. I could do all of this kind of balancing in one warehouse. Right? Can I do the same thing with the other one? That's the question. Let's say we'll try to get these things using this process. We know that we have 4, so if we are asking for 8, we'll be using 4 of them. Nice. And this process would require require 1 plus 1. Okay, good. That's the second one. And the third process, the process that is using these charts, we have ratio 1 to 3. That means that here we will ask for 12 from each type, obviously, right? And we will, okay, let's see, and we will be able to use 1 plus 1 again. So here 1 to 1, here 1 to 1, here 3 to 1. So that means, what that means? That means that for other builds, we can also use exactly the same approach with pretty similar conditions. Now, the only question is how do we kind of set this whole thing up, because we have only three sides, and we will need to send 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of this is 16. Okay, let me calculate. It's 16 times 4. If we divide it by 45, which is the blue belt, then we have 1.42. So this input is actually 1, like the output here, into our house. It's 2 blue belts. So we need to feed the warehouse with 2 blue belts of stuff. And then, I'm assuming, we'll need to take from it 4 belts of stuff. Potentially blue belts of stuff. Is that correct? But if you take blue belt of crystal powder, so the ratio here is like 1 to 1. So 3 times 16 will be 48. Interesting. So, okay, let's say we'll have 4 belts as, 2 belts as an input, 3 belts, sorted one, like filtered one, for the polished green crystal splinters and whatnot. That's the output. And we have one other belt as the output. However, we will be able to use it only, like, it will be full of crystal powder produced from one of this, like, let's say like this input basically, and a couple kind of crushed polished crystal splinters. We will not be able to crush all 3 of them to extract crystal powder from the warehouse. Maybe it's not that bad actually. You know what? I'll go for this. I think this is looking pretty cool. I like that. So let's see what we can do. We can have this process, feed lubricant. Okay, sure. I will maybe even move it a little bit further, just in case. We'll have inserters going here, here, and here. We'll have 3 inserters. Good. We'll have condition, probably circuit combinator, a decider one. Yes, a decider one. Right here. Let's move all of this to the side. No. We want to place it here. Like that. We have exactly the same thing flipped on the side. Maybe on this one. Okay, and another thing on this side. Right, we'll have, how many did I say? 2 belts as an input, so that will be the input, and we really have to use blue belts here. I'll update the belts later, it's okay. So this is input. We can actually use just red belts as an output, 3 red ones as an output, and the other one, I mean, we could make this like the crystal thingy output. This output, how's it called? Crystal powder output. Okay, good. So now we're even building the stuff. This is great. This is awesome. Let's take a look at crystals. The order, okay, it's like blue, red, green. Let's skip the order. Let's say blue, red, green. That's how they will come. And we need, what do we need? We need inserters here to insert things in this chest. We Interesting. Should we have a direct insertion back? But if it's direct insertion, then how exactly do we split this? Oh, powderizer. I'm not fully sure. Okay, let's fix this thing later. Let's say for now we are just doing things like that. We are taking stuff from here and placing it there. Okay, we're taking stuff from here, placing it there. We I'd like to move this away a bit. We'll move it away. And here we'll also move it a little bit away. It's not exactly efficient space-wise, but we should be fine. I think we'll be fine with that. We'll place a chest right there. The output. And we'll have this process using kind of this chest for the most part, right? So we'll have exactly, well, not exactly the same thing. We'll have, I think, taking stuff here, outputting stuff there. This one will be taking stuff here, outputting stuff there. Okay, that's how it's gonna work. Let's see. This process, right? Do we need lots of these drums? We need 3.2. That's not a lot. That is totally not a lot. Let's start producing them. Let's start producing them, by the way, because we'll need some amount of them, it seems, and they can be recycled. That's great. So we need steel, and we need... we can basically do the following. We can copy this thing, place it here, and copy this thing, place it here. I'm assuming it's lubricant. Yes, it's a lubricant one. And we will basically try to produce drums right here. Where is it? This one. Drum. This one. Okay, let's do this. So we started the process, we'll get one stack, which is 50, probably. And yeah, this is gonna work. Fast stack inserter, good. Okay, great. This will work, this is looking good. Let's... Is this process looking okay? So if I just copy it, it will work, right? I don't need to change like the order here or anything like this. I hope I don't. But then we probably need to copy it here and here because we have like all of this dedicated to pretty much the same thing. Oh wait, not this one. This is wrong, sorry. This is supposed to be our like next tier, second tier process. Okay, let's get back here. I would like the stuff to just take things from there and drop them there. This thing will be working like that. This thing will be working like that. Now, we'll take the same stuff and do pretty much the same things like this. Oh wait, but we could do like literally the same thing. Oh, okay, I got it now. We'll do it like this. Oh, like this. Okay, this is a good way of doing that. Now, the logic here will be as follows. We will take the input here as an input and we will send control signal as the output to these inserters. Okay, good. That is the process. And the condition here will be the amount of cut blue crystal splinters, these ones, cut blue, polished blue, cut blue crystal splinters greater than the amount of crystal powder. In that case, we will be exporting signal telling the things that they need to work enabled greater than 0. Okay, that is it. Now, I think it's safe to delete this whole thing from there. Now, here, we are taking things from there. We are taking things from there. We are placing things in here. Here we are placing things in here. This part takes stuff here, places it there. Kind of does it like that. Taking stuff from here across, taking stuff from there. This thing, it basically takes stuff from here, places it there. This one takes it from here, places it across. And this one will place things like this. So now this process, if you tell it to request a little bit of drums, how many? Let's say like 10 drums or something. Regular, non-used. 10 drums. This should work. Now, next thing that I'd like to do, I'd like to copy this process and paste it here, and we'll paste it here. The thing that's missing are the disconnections, and we'll need here to have. Okay, let's think. The recipes go in this order: blue, red, green. Right. So let's start with blue. This will be blue. Okay, it's already blue. This will be red, and this will be green. This condition will be about cut green things. This condition will be about cut red things. Writing condition if this is greater than 0. Yeah, all of this is looking good. Now the only thing that remains is to connect all of this. Oh, interesting. We will connect them like that, like this. So we'll have corners a little bit kind of tighter there. Okay, nice. Great. We have this thing pretty much working. We want to I guess we'll need to do something like that in these corners. Okay, like this. Now we built these blocks, like all 3 of them. In order for this part to work, we actually need to build the thing above this one. That oh, this is gonna be a bit tricky. So we need to build 16 of this, and then we'll need to polish. No, wait. Polishing happens afterwards. So polishing will happen here. So let's say this is blue, this is red, and this is green. So the polishing happens further down the line. That will be fixed. The first thing that we need to do, we need to cut them, right? We need to have this process with 16 of assembly machines placed here somehow, so the output is 4 times larger than the input. We basically want to get 2 blue belts out of 16 here. It's like 8 plus 8, right? Is this 8? Plus 8 plus 8. So, okay, interesting. So we can, in theory, almost like fit it here. Should we though? I'm not sure we should. Let's do it like this. Let's use the space for that. like that. So we want to have one belt basically like that. We can move it a little bit to the side, like this. Okay, like this. So let's say this is one belt of the stuff that we are getting, and here we'll have another belt of pretty much the same stuff that we are getting, like that. And we will need to get one belt of input. It doesn't even have to be a blue belt, but we will make it blue, because we can. I mean, no, we'll make it red, because it's cheaper. Because it is slightly cheaper, so it will be red. Okay, great. And now we'll have something like that. Let's set up the power, and while we are doing that, while we are setting up the power here, let's ask to receive these tiny crystals. And let's say we want lots of them, 200. Yep. We need lots of them. The problem is that no one will actually bring them to us because we don't have that many here. But we can adjust this, right? We could say that, okay, we don't have to export them when we have 150 stacks. When we have 10, we are good. We are good with that. We are fine with getting just 10. But look at this, isn't it great? Like, we have this process almost working, and this thing is not yet full on biter queens. Wait. I thought we had one small biter queen here. I mean, something is happening here. I'm assuming, yeah, I'm assuming whatever is happening here, it's good. It's exactly what we want. So here we are getting the thing. That's great. Let's connect. This is the input. With our power pole. It's coming. Good. Here is the output. Power will have to specify that we're interested specifically in that thing. This is input, 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 input. Lots of inputs. And for the output, I'd like to swap them a little bit. I'd like to have like offset. I don't know whether this will be enough in terms of like inserter speed to kind of do what we want here, but yeah. We'll try, you know. We will try to have it work like that. So, we were told that we need 16, and we basically have... Wait, we were told for this one that we need 16, and we built 16. The 16, we had to place them on the belt, and let's assume that we managed to do that. Now, the thing that we'll need to do, we'll need to request lubricant. Let's do this right now. The lubricant is coming here. And we want lots of it, right? We want a lot of lubricant. We'll request it here, and... I mean, we don't actually have to request it here. We could just send it kind of over there like that. Just send it like this. We could have lubricant maybe delivered to us. I don't know. Somehow, let's see. We can do it probably like this. Yeah, let's do it like this. Have some lubricant delivered to us, and we'll just send it over to the opposite chest, warehouse, like this. And here we would want to do something like this. And we need barrel and pump. What is our barrel and pump? Here's barrel and pump. We will be producing some lubricant and we'll deliver it right across. That's good. Oh, look at that. That's a really fast belt. That is a really fast belt. Let's take brass things here. And we should be able to just connect them kind of like this, right? So we have a lubricant from now on. Well, almost. We just need to finish setting this up. But look at that. We are getting lots of stuff here. Now. Oh, wait, this is wrong. This is supposed to be this thingy. I'm not actually sure whether I want it to be above or below. I might want to set this up below now that I think about it. So we'll probably have like 3 builds here. Yeah, you know what? This will go... Yep, this will go below. Slightly different. We'll be done like this. Okay, now, I'd like to somehow limit this whole thing. How should I do this? How should we limit this? I don't want full warehouse of stuff. How should I do that? I want this to be blocked. I don't know how to set up the condition. I do not know how to do that. Okay, let's try. Let's try to do something. Let's say we will run it only if... Okay, if there are no inputs. If there are no inputs we want to run. If everything is less than 1000. Let's say that's the condition that we're going with. So we have this process done, and now we are missing... Oh, I don't like that it's turning out to be such a large build. That's the part that I don't really like. So we need 16 of each here. How can we do it? Can we, like, if you place a vertical line here, what will happen? Can this be 16? Oh, this is 18. Okay, interesting. So this is 16. And the output is like green stones. So in theory, if you cut it by half, so this is 8. No, not like this. Let's say we'll do it like that. So if you do it like this, so this is 8, and this is 16. We could grab all of this, place it, let's say, here, right? And we could have something like, we are sending a line, well, it will have to be a blue line, unfortunately, because we need, like, the input is 16 plus 16. So if you're sending something here, we can get output there. Okay, this is not 16. This is 14. Okay, this is 16. We can get output there, and then we can get, like, filter it, and we'll have polished thingy, like exactly the stuff that we want to. This could be our output, like literally the output that we're interested in. The main problem with this would be that, well, it's a little bit far from that area. How do we solve this? Well, we'll just move. We'll just move all of this kind of over there. So we'll have one, I guess, line going here. We'll have two lines, right? Because we have three of these processes. And let's assume that we need to bring charcoal here and potentially this thingy, carbon back. So let's take all of that and just bring it right there. We'll leave some space. We will leave some space. So let's say that is the input that we are working with. That is the input, and the output will be a mixed belt of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. We'll add a splitter here, or maybe here. Collect the output. Do we have too much of it? How much stuff do we have in the output? We will have a lot actually of crystal green stones in there. We will have lots of them. Okay, so let's do it like this. We'll bring it all kind of back, like that, and we will send it over there. And we'll have obviously a condition, kind of a filter to the left. To the left will be taken the crystal green stone. Good. This part is done. We will have 3 of this. Question: do I need to have different lines? I think I do, because this is like a lot. This is a lot of greenstone that we'll need to produce. So let's say we'll have like 1, 2, 3 of this here for this 3 types of polished crystals that we are producing. And let's set the recipe. Okay, we actually have the recipe already set here. Okay, we'll have another recipe. We'll update those later. Next important thing, we need to set like a nice outputs here. Well, nice how do I do it? It's like this. We'll need to specify that some of these things will be placed on one side of the belt and some will be placed on the other side of the belt. Right, but it should be super straightforward to do. Let's observe what we have so far. This part is gone, we don't need this. This one will be about lubricant, right? Specifically about lubricant. Next, this part stopped working, that's great. We have actually more than 1000 of each. This thing, I don't think it even works. Million drums. Are we producing them? Because I remember I set this up, but I don't know whether it's actually working. So million drums. Wait, this one. Lubricant. Okay. Not quite. It's not quite working. It will be working now, so we'll get a lot of million drums. And million drums should I was thinking, I'm not sure whether this condition is correct, because we will not have 4 materials here, we'll have 7. I guess we could just wait and see what happens, right? That I guess is a okay-ish way of proceeding. One thing that we know is that we will need to send here blue stuff, red stuff and green stuff. And we'll have to send it probably on the top side of the belt. And from the bottom side of the belt, we'll need to get crystal greenstones. How hard is this to produce them? Well, it looks like it's pretty hard, to be honest. And we'll get 24 of this. Okay, let's build this block somehow. Maybe right here. I think we'll have to use a separate process for everything else, to be honest. I think we'll have to use separate block just because it will make things significantly easier. So if we are indeed going for a separate block for the other things, maybe we'll use like one more block somewhere. Maybe even here. I don't know. We can copy this and kind of no. Not sure. Thing is, I am not convinced. Not convinced. I think what's better is to maybe remove this. Have all of this be further down. We will send them like as far down as we actually can. Basically like that. This one will go like this. And the same thing will happen with this one. Right. Then we'll have connections going. Okay, this is actually wrong one. This has to be done like that. Okay, how about we do it in this way? Now the only thing we'll need is to basically have. This is really tricky. So we basically want to send all of this over here, kind of like this. But at the same time, we would like the stuff to be filled from above by another process. So how do we do this? Well, filling stuff from above by another process could be done by just... okay, we got the refugium, but right now we have two problems. We could basically have like something like this with a couple of tiles and just left over there. We could have a splitter sending and filling stuff from the side. Right, that's the idea of the splitter, and the other half will be like going forward. So the idea is that the things that are returned from here, they will have a priority. However, if you have some empty room, they will be filled out by this thing, by the stuff that is coming from above, and we just need to produce lots and lots of these things, crystal greenstones. And in this block, if we are saying that okay, this is limited just to that part, to this first line, it means that instead of going for 24, we actually need to go only for 16. So this should be a little bit easier to produce. Let's do this. Because right now I just want something. I'm fine with like building another block somewhere or whatever for like more crystals. We do have a shortage of meat, the way things are now, but it's okay. It's okay, it will be fine. Right. Are we using this process? Okay, used million drums. It's not really happening. Cut green crystal splitters. Crystal splitter million. Right. So this thing It's producing crystal powder, and we do have lots of powder, and it works only if we have less of this. Okay, good. This is working really well. I think we can get it. We need to build two things. We need to get crystal slurry. Crystal slurry, the way I was thinking about it, will come from above, just like that. So this will be our crystal slurry. Okay, like that. Well, it will actually be coming from above, but yeah, we can produce it relatively easily, hopefully. Okay. Now, how do we get this one? Oh, no, that's not relatively easily. Let's start with this process. Oh, right, but for crystal slurry we need less, right? We need only 90. We need only 96. Let's go for 96. I'll try to go for 96, and we assume we will be using highest tier of the thing. Okay, we need 51. It's like 52. Okay, not great, but sounds doable. Let's spin this. Let's try to build this thing. So we will need a couple of things. We will need a line. So this is like the output. This is basically the output. We'll need 16. That's around 16, 15. Okay, we have 16 of this. We need to feed those with some crystal powder, and that's the only place where we're using crystal powder. Oh, we're also using it here. So we're using it here and here. Majority of crystal powder goes to this process, to the slurry, and a little bit of crystal powder goes to this thing. Okay, good. So let's say we'll have crystal powder going there, and the output will be placed on the thing going back, for example, right? It will be coming back to us. We want to have fast inserters inserting things there, and probably relatively fast inserters taking stuff from there. Right, let's see. We'll have another line of 16. It will be doing a pretty similar stuff. Can I make them look a little bit nicer, or is this okay? Place it like this. It's okay. It's okay. No, let's make this inputs, and let's make this ones outputs. And we'll do something like this here. Okay, the outputs, the long arm ones, and we'll be placing things. Okay, we have 16. Let's place them on two sides of the belts. It's okay. It's not like it really matters. This thing actually, we require just 8 of this. We don't need 16. Okay, so it's gonna change a little bit. So we have only 8 of this. And we will need to get as the input 40 silicon carbides. That's a problem. I don't think we can produce that many. So we need basically 14 of this. Is it impossible to fit? 11. I don't like this. Let's say we'll have a better process. Let's say we'll use like a third chemical furnace. Third one, that requires only 7. Okay, this is much better. This is significantly better. Can we produce them? That's a chemical furnace, and we said we want a third one, right? Chemical furnace, no, it's custom machine. Yeah, we can totally get it. Chemical furnace 3. Chemical furnace 2. We don't have chemical furnace 3. Wait. Which ones are we using? We are using 3. Let's do this. Let's just build it. Should not be hard. Shouldn't be hard at all. Chemical furnace. This one. 3. Go for it. Let's do this. We are going here. This will be, we actually have all these recipes right there. So this will be this recipe. This thing will take stuff from chemical furnace. And chemical furnace, we will do it like that. We'll be producing that thing. It requires 20 silicon powder and 20 carbon. Silicon powder it can get right from there, kind of directly. And this thing requires steel, right? So we'll get some steel. Send to it. Okay, good. Just like that. And this thing will be taking silicon powder and carbon. So this will be carbon, let's say, and silicon powder will come from this thing over there. That will be relying on silicon. Okay, this is it. So we need a couple of things. We need silicon here. We need steel there. So let's get silicon. Sorry, this is steel coming there. This is silicon coming here. Let's request. We need steel. Let's ask for steel. We'll ask for. Oh no, not invar. Not invar. We'll ask for regular like steel plates. We'll need silicon ingots for this one. We are asking for charcoal, I hope. Are we? No, we are not asking for charcoal. Why is that? Let's ask for charcoal. We need like lots of charcoal. 200. Okay, good. This will be our charcoal. We will be bringing it pretty much right there, just like that. So that's our charcoal. It's getting sent over here. We need to connect this thing. Oh, maybe not like this, like that. And we need to place a couple of these things here, and we'll get a lot of carbon as start. So this is our carbon, and we want this carbon to go. How much carbon are we trying to produce? Okay, 20. It's actually a lot. Probably want to have something like that, right? And we will try to deliver all that carbon over here. So this will be carbon. Let's proceed. This thing will be taking stuff from the left. This stuff will be taking things from there. This will be taking things from there. This is silicon ingots. Silicon ingot, yeah. This one is steel, I believe. You know, I am actually glad that I decided to limit it to just one process, because this is a little bit more complicated than I initially expected it to be. Yeah, so that's slightly more complicated than I thought it will be. Right, let's see. What do we have here? This process, it should be working, I think. This seems to be everything that we need. We can double check that that's actually the case. So this is the input, right? And we can just send things like this over there. And we want to get this process as like, this should be the output, just like that. This will be red. polished red crystal splinter. We have blue, red, and green, and this one is green, polished green crystal splinter. Let's see. Right, are we getting charcoal? We should be getting charcoal soon. We are already getting steel. We will be getting silicon hopefully soon. Let's make it so that stuff is not blinking. I'm not sure what is the next process that we'd like to research. No, let's go for nuclear. That sounds like a fun thing to do. So let's focus on that one. Right, crystal powder is there. One thing that we are missing this process. We need 51 liquefiers using crystal powder and a little bit of hydro plant. 51. Can we somehow build those somewhere? That's the question. Can we fit them here? I doubt it. This is lots of space on the other hand, and we could actually connect things here. Oh no, that's not lots of space because the space actually doesn't start until much further down. What we could do, right, we could grab all of that, and kind of move it down to here. This is input. This is nothing. This stuff is basically not there. We can move it down. This part can be removed. And send it over here. This part can be removed. This one extended up to there. And this one could basically look like that, I think. Oh, wait. This is bad. Okay, this is bad. I should delete this one. What's the problem here? What is the problem? Oh, right. I think I know the problem. The problem is that where is the input? This is the input. So this thing is supposed to go like there above, and this part is supposed to be right. Like this. I think that's what we want. Okay. I think we fixed it. So now this part requires greenstones, and yeah, I never finished this thing. So let's say we'll have something like this, and we'll have to copy it like here, 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 and here. I could also copy it over. Actually, I could just grab this whole thing, this whole line, and copy it there. Okay, now what do we have? We have, for the most part, the exact process that we want. Let's double check. This is producing things. This is not producing because we are not getting charcoal, and we'll actually need to fuel this thing. Let's say that we'll be fueling it using charcoal as well. Wait. Something's wrong there. This process is supposed to look differently. This is supposed to be right, like this. That's how it's supposed to work. And we don't actually need this part, I think. Yep, doesn't look like we need this. Okay, let's see. This So this part is not needed. We're just bringing it kind of like that. And we are basically saying that that's enough, right? Is that correct? I think that's it, right? Because we don't even need to feed it the charcoal. Like this part is not needed. We could place power pole in here. So this thing requires silicon, and we'll get it. Like it will get it. This thing requires silicon powder and carbon, and it will get it. It will also be powered by carbon. Then this part will get the output from there. It will get silicon carbide and steel, and it will send these grinding wheels right there. And this way, we will have a production of that that stuff. Basically, it will be produced. The only problem is that here we need to say that the input priority is from the right. We are prioritizing the local production of these things, and for some reason it's not working. Oh, it's not working because we need to start this up, and it is getting getting started up right now. Let's maybe add thing there and there. Okay, is this working or not? It is. It's working. I think we did it. I think we did it. So we are trying to ensure that we always have more of this crystal powder than anything else. And crystal powder is in short supply, actually, with this build, because, it's needed for like this process that you just saw here. Okay, now this part is kind of finished there. We don't need to extend it. This one kind of finished here. We don't need to extend this too. The only thing that's missing is the only thing that's missing is the production of crystal slurry. How do we do that? Crystal slurry requires 51 of liquefiers 4. Right now we don't have liquefiers 5, I think. We have only liquefiers 3, right? These ones. So we'll use these ones, but the point is that we need only 52. Okay, let's do this. Let's try to build this. Oh, and that requires a lot of these things. Okay, fine. 64 liquefiers. Can we do this? Yes. So we'll have this kind of process. How many are here? 9. So let's say we are doing it like that. Like that. We'll have an input, say a blue belt actually, going there as an input. That's the input. And we'll have exactly the same thing, like a copy of it on the other side. Oh, we cannot do it. We have to move this a little bit up. We can do it like this. Have exactly the same thing below. We'll have to turn things a little bit, but that should be straightforward, I think. Okay, we will add connections. So it's not exactly 64. It's 30. It's like almost, but not quite. We could try to make it a little bit more compact, but yeah, maybe not now. Let's just have it working like that. This will be the output, basically. It is the output that we are going for. And it is the other thing. The other process, like the input that we need. The input can be provided, for example, from like here, from the side or something. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Let's copy this part. We'll paste it here, 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 and wait. What is that? It's 14. Okay, this is like some extra. It's okay. Just like that. Actually, we'll have it, let it run like this. And I think that's pretty much everything that we wanted to produce here. I'm not even sure whether we need... I don't think we need like blue belts here. I think we can do it with red belts. Okay, so this is the output. Alright, one important thing. Crystal green stones, they are going to the left. That's super important. Right, these things, they are going to the left. Almost forgot. And we need to add purified water. Let's have it. Let's say right. I mean, we could have it like right here. Purified water. Could we? We'll just get it, and we'll deliver it there. So this is our purified water input, and here we'll need to clarify something. Let's add a clarifier. Here is a clarifier. We don't have space for that, but we should be able to clarify things on this side, probably, most likely. Right, let's try. Let's do it with this one. Well, we could also do it just like that. Yep. That is the way. And we'll need some water. The water is a bit tricky to get there, so we'll get it. We'll get it from this side. On this side it shouldn't be that hot, right? Wait, that's not the way we're getting water. We are getting water like this. Yep, like that. So this is our water. And this part is supposed to take lubricant and empty the barrel. Okay, so now, okay, nice. So this thing's actually working. I am not sure about this one. I think this is wrong. We're supposed to take things from there and place things over there. Here we are supposed to take things from there and place them over there. Yes, this is much better. I don't like that we have milling done there. Let's clear this part. Here we also have a problem. We need to move this over there. I'd like to clear this part. And here we also have a problem, because this is supposed to be sent over there. And let's clear this part. Let's observe what's happening here. We need a couple of power poles right there, and we need to add a couple of lights. So we need to have like lights here. Oh, this is a pretty large build. But, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I didn't expect it to be this complicated, to be honest. I thought it will be quite a bit simpler. But Oh, wait. This is wrong, because we want this to get everything from there, like this, and we want to pipe it to the side and then collect. Oh, I missed this one. It's bad. Let's do this. We can do that. Okay, now we have all these connections, and like what I was saying, we want this connection to be here. This should be it. Let's see. We are getting the input. We are supposed to be getting purified water. What is that purified water? Right, we are not getting water yet. It's almost there. We almost have all of this running. Let's wait for this pump to be delivered. Okay, it's coming. It is coming, and we will want to add a condition here, of course. We'll want to limit the lowest one to green, like polished, not cut, polished green thingy, while it's less than 50,000. 50,000. We want this process to run. This one will be limited to red, and this one will be limited to blue. Let's take a look. So we are producing the thing now. It is getting sent here, but we are missing some power poles. Not power poles, underground pipes. We'll have them in a moment. Oh, this is not supposed to be crystal powder. Interesting. This is supposed to use filter inserters. So this insert and this insert are filter ones. It's a filter ones. And the output ones. These are filtered ones. And we are supposed to be placing everything except the crystal powder in there. So this should be very easy to update, to fix. Okay, we got uranium processing already. What about complex enrichment? Let's do that. Wait, we have different conditions. Oh, we want to have the same condition in both places. Where are the inserters? Okay, here they come. Here they come. We would like to not accept this thing. Right, we would like to not accept this thing, and we will be not accepting this one. Okay, good. And here we kind of have exactly the same problem. We'd like to limit them only to specific things. Right. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. So we can copy this part and pretty much paste it here like that. And we can paste this one here like that. So now this condition should be correct. We could actually remove and re-add it just to make sure we are doing everything correctly. And we'll have to clear this from like the used million drums, but it's okay. It's not like the highest priority thing. Where are... Okay, here it is. So here, on the other hand, we want to take only crystal powder. So we want this, this, and this. There, and we kinda... Okay, let's just copy it manually. This, and this. And what about this one? Stack filter insert. Okay, this, and this. So that's how we like it to work. Oh, look at that. We have too much green stuff. Are we processing green? We are supposed to be processing green right here. And we seem to be doing that. The question is, why are we doing it specifically for green and not for like others? It's interesting. We're not consuming green thing here for some reason. Oh, we are not getting. It is like the sludge that we are producing is being consumed by red and blue, and almost nothing reaches green one. That makes sense because we don't have enough production of that. So the green one is... Okay, now it's blue that is in excess. Very strange, very interesting. But look at that. The process works. It works a bit strangely. It stops occasionally. But for the most part, I think it's running smoothly. Like, look at that. Just look at this. And we have these crystals getting produced. We need some power connection here. Let's add power like this. Yeah, we have like 500 of each. That is good. You know, maybe in the beginning, let's say we'll go only for 10,000 in case we'll need to change something like significantly. Let's do it like this. We are going for 10,000 only. Because 10,000 should already be a lot. And 10,000 is 50 stacks, right? So let's say we'll be providing if we have like 20 stacks of stuff. That should be good. Okay, great. We did it. That is it. That's the block that produces polished crystal splinters. So we have a lot of polished crystal splinters now. We are one step closer to getting modules. We'll get them soon, hopefully. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. This was yet another episode of Seablock Brave New World playthrough, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Cheers!